Minnesota weather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. You saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
The Gators are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Quarterback moving. He throws one to the left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Back to pass. Under fire. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit, or when they get hurried, or when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the football.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
After watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
The offense changing the play. Dropping back, it's Lagway. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Guys, let's chat about Florida. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On fourth down, looking for the completion. He's got it, first down and more. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he missed it. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
Unloads it left. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Release to the back. Finds his man open. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. Third and long, you've got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
Throws to the tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Guys, you might know Florida State was once a women's college, didn't start playing football until later, and in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they haven't been playing in a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. You think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Swanky, Tim Tebow, Danny Werkel, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Hands it off. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. They've already failed to convert on 4th down once in the first quarter. Doesn't stop them from trying it here. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28th.
Man, those plays are frustrating on a defense. You get 3 stops and you force that 4th down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the 1st down. It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Holds it in.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beating. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Looking for room. It's ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. Okay, ready? Hey! Lasso! To the air, it's Lagway. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
And the Gators need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Oh, and those are those where you're just looking at your hands. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Gives it on the option. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line, and they stop him and knock him out of bounds.
And That's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. And some room to work. Past the 40. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, there you're seeing the mentality of this head coach in the game, going for it on fourth down. A lot of guys would have tried to kick a field goal, but I think this guy knows, hey, we're not going to win this game putting threes up on the board. We need touchdowns. Nice attitude.
They'll try the right side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
And the Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Handoff to the lone back. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. He'll be stopped at the 32, still ground to cover if they want to convert, and fourth down is coming. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the... They get through and it's blocked. Defense has it.
Yeah, and a lot of times in field goal block, you load up one side, they load up the left side, push all the guys backwards, slip through the crack, get their hand up, and get the big block. Nice job.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Gets away, but he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky.
Well, the quarterback was trying to do his best. He did a great job shaking a few defenders, but ultimately it was that pursuit by the defense that got home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They'll go with a direct snap. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
That's what tight ends are supposed to do. Just have people bouncing off them like spitballs off a battleship.
And when you're a defense, you got to understand, we got to swarm to the football because these big dudes, they break tackles and they can get loose if we're not tackling with multiple guys. Nice effort by the big fella.
The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Handoff to the single running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Moving away from pressure. Makes the catch. It's Hawkins. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult.
He'll take the deep shot. He's got it. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on first down. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 35, he's got room. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, and that's where his offense will go to work. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Got room at the 35. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play, but this has been a defensive war so far.
That's caught. It's Robinson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Noles will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Takes it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Rides the back on the option to give. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. He's got him. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Gators send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted for the 11th time. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the O at the 37. getting the offense back to work. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Slithers into space. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Here's the pressure. Got the first down himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
The Gators are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Never a doubt. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Applewhite. Quickly to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle. He gets a pretty good pickup. And the Noles want to crank the tempo. Power football with the run. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The give to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the point after is good. And he takes this from inside the 5. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. They'll get this drive started from the 29. The give from the gun. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use it.
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. Third quarter, you've got lots of time, but you need to throw the football to get back in this thing.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. They took it 71 yards down the field. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. As they open this possession from their own 20. To the air, it's Lagway. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Daniels. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Leaves it with the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
He turns it loose to the left. And it's caught inside the 20.
Defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Here we go. Quarterback may change this route. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback running on the draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Gators need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
The Talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again.
Time to take a shot. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Allchuck. He took the risk bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Oh, they're after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, with no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the single back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Forced out of the pocket. Looking for the score. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Applewhite. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's McCoy. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. To the air on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
This is exactly how you draw it up. This is a situation where you can have all the easy stuff. We're not giving up the big play. The defense understands the situation, forces the incompletion, and now has a chance to just take that beautiful victory formation, run the clock, and get the W.
Fires downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Wilson. They're able to make the stop, but this offense